Today's text comes to us as the beginning of Jesus' public ministry. It's his first work of power that we see in the whole gospel. But what I want to talk to you about is how important it is to engage others in conversation around the story. I've told this story for over a decade, and I had a particular way of telling it. When Jesus confronts the demon, he is over and against that demon, and it's, "Shut up! Get out of him!" The unclean spirit convulses, the man comes out. But this January, I had the privilege of teaching at Palm Beach Atlantic University, and with a group of about 12 students and other learners, and we worked on this story together. In fact, if you follow this link to my YouTube page, you can see 10 different performances that we recorded of people telling this story, the very first story many of them had ever told in public. After we had done that and watched each other telling these stories, we had a conversation, and one of the things we noticed was that the confrontation that many of us used in the telling made it difficult to see the compassion of Jesus. And so, in light of this conversation, I tried to retell the story so that the authority of Jesus is the authority of compassion, and that Jesus sees the man who's possessed and not just the unclean spirit who possesses him. So let me tell you the story and see if this opening up of the text that happened through the conversation with Palm Beach Atlantic students, School of Ministry, says something to you. And Jesus and the disciples came into Capernaum. And on the Sabbath, he comes into the synagogue and began teaching. People were astounded by his teaching because he was teaching as one having authority, yet not like the legal experts do. And there was in their synagogue a man who had an unclean spirit. And seeing Jesus, it shouted out, saying, "What is it with you and us, Jesus, Nazarene? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." And Jesus rebuked it, saying, "Shh! Get out of him." And it, the unclean spirit, convulsed the man, and crying out in a loud voice, came out of him. And everyone was so astonished that they were arguing among themselves, saying, "What is this? A new teaching? With authority he commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him." And the word about him spread throughout the whole region, throughout the entire area of Galilee. I hope you see the way that engagement with others can be generative, and you can see things in the text you never saw before. I never noticed that it cries out, but Jesus is looking at him. May you experience the power of Jesus in your life, and may you communicate to those who hear you proclaim that Jesus sees beyond the unclean things that occupy us into our hearts and has authority to transform us, an authority that at its root is about compassion. Thank you.